Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Now, I am very, very happy to introduce to you one of the most well-respected reporters in the game, an ATLian, a Georgia boy, a man with humble beginnings. Some of y'all may know him from hanging out with Coach Prime, but before there was Coach Prime, that was just DukesTheScoop. If you don't know Dukes, you're going to know him today. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the man behind a lot of the kids that you see in college football. Ladies and gentlemen, Phillips Dukes.
Hey,
DukesTheScoop.
Hey, boy, best intro ever, dog. Thank you, man. I'm undeserving. I appreciate it, man. But you made me feel good right there, my brother. Thank you, man.
Boy, people don't know. So we're going to give them a taste of what they don't know.
Not
You
for
know
sure.
what I'm saying? So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know how we get down. But before we get started, you know what I need y'all to do. I need y'all to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? Help your boy out. And if you're not following Dukes, go ahead and follow his channel too. But we'll be right back. Y'all know how we do this. We don't play around when it comes to this thing. Let's go.
Yo, what's poppin', people? Your boy Snacks is in the building. Hey, we got another banger. Turn me up. Woo, 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 woo. Cartier shades on, diamond dancing in the light. Cross on the chain, Bigsnackks looking right. Step in the room, whole screen start shaking, hit that intro. Now the whole chat waking, Colorado talk. Coach Prime with the motion. Shedeur in the mix, got the whole world posted. Cleveland Browns pressure, we gon' break it down. Bigsnackks on the mic, hottest voice in town. Hey, another banger. So serious. Another banger. Bigsnackks going live. Tap in right now for the energy ride. Like that video. Subscribe to the name. Hit that bell too. Don't miss the flame. Another banger. We don't do no boring. Sports talk jumping. Whole chat roaring. Cartier frames. Diamonds on shine. Bigsnackks in the building. It's showtime. Angel Reese cooking. Atlanta dream flying. Dallas Cowboys talk. You know we ain't lying. Browns nation loud. Buff nation stand tall. When Snacks push the button, he gon' talk about it all. Life, sports, culture, real talk in the booth. Funny with the jokes, but we standing on truth. If you came for the show, better stay locked in. Bigsnackks got another one. Let the games begin. Bigsnackks, Bigsnackks, another banger. Hey, like the video, subscribe right now. Hit that bell, tap in with the live. Your boy Snacks in the building. Peace out, peace out, peace out, peace out.
Yo, what's poppin', people? Your boy Snacks is back with my main man, DukesTheScoop, is in the building. Dukes, it's been a minute, man.
Hey, man, a quick minute, man. Dog, just want to tell you, appreciate you, man. You pulled up on my channel, and man, the feedback I got and the love I got from you, gracing with you coming to my show, dog. Like I got, man. Just to be honest, man, I got like 40 new subscribers. Like, bro, like you really did me a solid. So I want to tell you, I really appreciate you, man.
Oh man, you ain't gotta give me no. I don't need no props on that. I appreciate you for inviting me and asking to do that thing. You know what I'm saying? And your people showed up on my channel too. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate everybody coming over, showing some love, saying, hey, we saw you on Duke's channel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
hey,
okay,
they
for
going
sure.
hard over there, you know?
Yeah.
So I appreciate all the love. Dukes,
Yo,
you've been in this game for a minute.
right?
A lot of people realized who you were after you started hanging with Coach Prime. But
Right.
before the Coach Prime activity, before all the love from the CU1Ts and, you know, them crazy fans and people just popping up in your mentions. Where did all this love for football and recruiting and helping out these young fellas move forward in a career come from?
Man, to be honest, like, it came from my mom, man. To be like, my mom, she was a really popular teacher over here on the south side of Atlanta at Tri-Cities High School. So, like, the same school that gave you Outcast and Escape, you know, she taught these people, taught T.I. At different points. She taught open campus. But my mama was the one who, if you couldn't pass to go to college, she was gonna stay there until you made it. Like, it was days where I ain't get home till 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, because my mama was working that late trying to make sure her students had what they needed to. Man, there's stories of her, you know, going to strip clubs, pulling underage girls off the pole. Like, this is real stuff. So her love for our community, it was kind of innate for me. And so I started building with people, like, just as far as not even just athletes. Man, I had rappers, and I used to rap back in the day, so I knew the game, and a lot of my friends came up in the music industry. So I mentor anybody who wanted something, that if I had something to give that you wanted, then I gave freely. And eventually athletes got into the mix, and they would come to me just because of me, who I am in my community. They'd be like, "Hey bro, what you think about this? Or what you think about this?" And all of this transpired as recruiting started to blow up even more. And man, it's just being able to help people reach their goals, and being a solid person while doing it, and doing it from the kindness of your heart. Man, they say in the Bible, man, you know, your gifts will make a way for you. So I'm a true walking testimony that, you know, the things that I was willing to do for free end up paying me. So man, it's just a totally blessed situation. I thank God every day for it.
No doubt. They say if you do what you love, you never work a day in your life.
Yeah, man.
Me being a video lover of video games, I truly understand that sentiment.
Right.
But for you, a recognizable guy in the Atlanta community, a guy that has worked with superstars and worked with kids, from growing up and doing that in the A and turning that into something that you now are able to do worldwide, because people think YouTube is just in the United States. It's not. It's a worldwide phenomenon. And
right.
if you are, now that you are able to reach people on other sides of the country, these young men are reaching out to you just from watching you on YouTube and being able to hit you up and say, "Dukes, what do you think about this? Dukes, can you help me with this college? Dukes, can you help me reach this recruiter?" What does that do for you in your career moving forward?
Man, it's a blessing, man. I think to be a resource, right? And I got an important lesson about source and resource, and I know we're gonna get to this in a minute, but to be able to be a resource for people, right? Is being a resource is like is truly living in your purpose, in my opinion. So the wider range of people that I could touch, it just means that I'm maximizing my potential, and I'm maximizing my purpose. I got I had a partner of mine when I was going through all that stuff with ON3, and it was funny, man. And matter of fact, I'll tell a little bit of the story now. But when Coach Prime came to my defense like ASAP, he ain't asked I had just got on the phone with him, and he was just like, "What?" Man, before I even know it, my mention just blowing up. And so I called my partner, and I was like, "Hey, bro, man, Coach Prime done went at, he went at the company, and they ain't through paying me. I don't know how this junk gonna work out." And he told me probably one of the most important things I ever heard. He said, "Hey, bro, man, ON3 ain't the source; they a resource for God to pay you. God pay you. Don't nobody else pay you but God. No matter what your job is, where you at, how you get your money, That's just a resource. But God is the source. Stay connected to the source. It's gonna work out. And when I heard that, bro, it was life changing. So to bring that all back together, it's like me being a resource lets me know that I'm connected to the source, to God, the source, dog. Like I could have a resume long as Peachtree Street. It wouldn't matter, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like it wouldn't matter because God not to respect the people anyway. So a person. So me being able to help people from the kindness of my heart, it really just connects to my spirituality and lets me know that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm really in my purpose, man. So that being able to talk to people from other sides of the world about something that we all love, I think it's just a dope experience, and especially makes me feel full when it comes to how I'm living my life.
Bet that. And it don't get no better than that to walk in your purpose.
Man.
Speaking of that, since you already went there, that ON3 thing.
Yeah.
Now, you was a regular guy doing the thing, reporting on college football and recruits and things of that nature. And you get that call from ON3. They say, Dukes, we want you to come and work for us. What was that like?
And it was crazy because I was at 247, and so the whole story is like, I don't think I ever told the whole story publicly, but I told part of it. But and during the time, like KJ Bolden, who's now at the University of Georgia, All-American, should be a first-round pick this year. I got a great relationship with his family from way back, and during that time, I was helping in their recruiting process, right? Just, we bouncing things off each other. They ain't had no agent at the time, and they asked how they could repay me, and I said, shoot, man, you just give me an interview. I ain't tripping, man. This is what I love to do anyway. And shout out to Kai and Keisha. These are my real folks, and when I got that interview, KJ was like he was probably the most popular recruit that cycle. And so when I got that interview, the whole industry just was like, who was this? Now, mind you, I'm at the time, I'm working for the Auburn site, but I'm funneling information to multiple sites. So my job, I was the first person of my kind at 247. So Joel Cox, who was the VP of talent acquisition at CBS Sports at 247. He's at ON3 now, actually. He was like, bro, we don't have a job title for you, but your name keeps coming up as the guy. We're going to create one. You're just going to be the juice guy. You got the juice. You're going to work on the Auburn site. But Georgia, Florida, Arkansas, wherever you got relationships, we need help. I said, cool. So I'm doing that. I get this KJ Bolden interview. 247 gets it. So, and at the time, ON3 is like trying to put their foot on their neck. And I got the biggest interview of the cycle. So Shannon Terry, called me himself and was like, hey, look, what they paying you? I gave him a number. What did it take for you to leave? I said, man, I don't know if you're gonna be able to pay me that. Because if I do it, I'm gonna need more than I make in my regular job. And shoot. He sent me a contract. He said, I think I can work on that. Sent me a contract. It was triple what I was making at 247. I had a deal now. So this is why it got so public. It was crazy. I had a deal. So man, I put in my notice at 247. They countered, and so basically they ON3 triple what I was making, and 247 came in and tried to double it, but they was like, look, we just ain't gonna be able to pay that kind of money, but we the people, we gave you your start, we understand you, whatever. And I said, bro, this is worth 3 years of that. I don't care what's over there, I'm going to get it. So that's how I get the ON3. And I basically doing the interview process, man. It was funny. Shannon Terry, the CEO, he'll tell you this too. So it's him and his right-hand man. And he got his right-hand man got a real bad reputation for being like hard on people. And I just asked him straight up, I was like, hey, bro, everybody say you an a-hole, bro. I told him to his face, no. I actually said a D-head. Why everybody say that about you? And he was just kind of off-putting, but I'm looking at Shannon Terry looking at me like, this dude a little different. But I ain't had nothing to lose. It was like, look, bro, I got a job. Y'all coming to get me. Y'all offering me all this money. I got to understand what y'all really on. And they answered the question. So during that time period, it was just like a whirlwind. Like getting that type of money. And I also had just kind of formulated I started a business with my business partner, Tyrone Baisden, who's known as his notoriety came from managing Brent Faiyaz and taking the independent artist the #2 on Billboard. So that's a whole nother story. So it was a lot going on at the same time. And yeah, man, shoot, it was cool. I was like, bro, y'all gonna give me this to come up here and talk? Oh yeah. And I ain't had to write no more. I was a writer at 247. And they told me I ain't had to write. And at that point I was like, bet. And that's how I started.
Now you get on at ON3.
Yeah.
We all knew. I said it when ON3 made the announcement because you were covering Colorado a lot at that point.
Right.
Because we know what Coach Prime is. We know what Coach Prime means to people like you and me.
Right.
And I said it at the time. ON3 when he got Dukes, because they want that inside action. They trying to push their way inside Colorado's locker room. And then a thing popped up.
Yeah.
Dukes is no longer with ON3. Why?
Man, I'm gonna be completely honest. I think I was never meant to go to work the same way some of my colleagues just went to work. And when the conversation came, we was already back and forth. I had already told them, like, look, bro, y'all can pay me out because y'all like we had some issues, right? Like I was told one thing as far as having a show, and then they just basically just gave me a computer and started giving me like metrics and all this stuff they wanted. I was like, bro, I'm not doing all that. So then I just started doing it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just start working my move. And when Coach Prime reached out to me, so I was at a dinner with it was me, Shedeur, Steve Wiltfong, like Eric, like all the big dogs at ON3. I'm the only brother there. And we had this real expensive restaurant in Nashville. Shedeur looked over at me. He said, bro, that KJ Boulder interview is what got you here. I'm just telling you. He was like, you have a way of talking to people. Basically, he was saying you understand black folks in so many words. And I understand the culture. And I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? He was just like, man, it's just he can't say that, but he's kind of like, you have a way to speak to everybody. And we can't speak to people like that, right? He said he called you fam. I'm like, he said that he was like, he called you fam. I was like, yes, that's fam. You feel me? And he was joking. He said, you gotta get DeionsAnders in it. Oh, you gotta get DeionsAnders in the interview. And he was kind of saying it tongue in cheek. And little did he know what he spoke into existence. So I noticed that year, like, you know, I was on a couple of shows with my colleagues and they was like, oh, Colorado this, Colorado that. And I'm like, bro, the piece that I did was called why they hate. And I ain't asked nobody, I just did it. Me and my engineer, and I ain't asked, hey, am I cool to do this? Because I was supposed to only be doing like high school recruiting interviews. But when they gave me the platform, I was like, bro, I'm finna go up. And I did. And Coach Prime called. And I'll never forget it, man. He hit me. He was like, dog, you did your research, the way you put it together. Because I went all the way back and looked at, because everybody talks about the water cooler incident with Tim McCarver. But nobody went and did the research to find out who, like people just think he was a reporter. They're not understanding that Tim McCarver was an all-star catcher in the World, he won the World Series as a catcher. So he was in the baseball fraternity. So the questions and the treatment that he was giving Coach Prime, or Deion, I'm gonna call him Deion in that perspective, the treatment that he was giving Deion back then was almost like against bro code. So it's almost like me hating on you and we doing the same thing. Like, you know what comes along with this. And so I just brought that out. and you know, and say, look, it's people who still got a problem with Coach Prime from this incident back then. And he hit me, bro. Like Coach Prime was like, look, man, listen, dog. I don't know if they gonna know what he said it now. This is God honest truth. Coach Prime said, I don't know if they gonna know what to do with you. He said, but you got it. He said that on everything. He said, I don't know if they gonna know what to do with you, Dukes. But he said, man, your level of thinking and the way you attack things, man, it blew my mind. He said, anything you need from me, you got it. And after that, man, that's kind of, I ain't gonna say that was like the start of it, but what happened was when I started building with Coach Prime, I started seeing more. I started seeing more I could do. And so then Coach Prime gave me a live interview. And then so I had an interview with Coach Prime. Nobody had a sit-down interview with Coach Prime in my industry. And they didn't send me, they ain't send me with no camera. So DNVR actually shot that video where I interviewed Coach Prime the first time. DNVR, shout out to them, man. They ain't know me from a can of paint. But Coach Prime shouted me out there, and all I had was my iPhone. That I bought a new iPhone and a stand. And I said, I'm gonna try to make it work. And Jake Swan from DNVR was like, man, we gonna help you, dog, because that's not right. And so then I get the Deion interview, but I get the Coach Prime interview, but DNVR has the footage, so they send it over to On3, boom. And a lot of people were thinking that On3 did that, but that was all me, God, and Coach Prime. 2 weeks later, nobody in the industry had an interview with Coach Prime and Kirby Smart. So now it's like, hey, hold up. Now you done went and got Coach Prime. We understand that one. But how did you get to sit down with Kirby Smart? Not at SEC Media Day. Didn't nobody sit down with Kirby Smart that year but Josh Pate. So then there was people hitting me like, bro, how did you do that? How did you do that? I'm talking about the entire industry. And they sent me there with one camera. And they required two to get the shots that everybody else gets. And I said, at that point in time, I said, yeah, they don't see the vision. So from that point, we had a couple of falling outs. Not falling outs, we had some words. Now, one thing I'll say about Shedeur, and people may not like him, but I respect his business acumen and I respect his transparency. He gonna tell you like it is. So the phone call finally came. He was like, look, dude. So then I go out to Colorado that last time, and I don't know what happened, but it was the biggest video on that channel at the time of that year. It was the biggest one of the year on that channel, the On3 Recruits. And I'm like, I got the biggest video.
It's still the biggest video.
Huh?
It's still the biggest video.
Man, and then they said, hey man, look, we don't think it's working out. And so I went through a range of emotions, and then I just sat back and I said, all right, look, we'll do this, Shannon. I still got plugs. Me and you, I feel like we can work this out. I'm gonna keep the On3 email, right? I'm gonna keep all of that. And y'all help me keep getting media access. And when I get an interview y'all can use, y'all can use the interview. And we just build it up from that perspective. He like, bet. He like, Dukes, you just not a employee type guy. Now, Shedeur said, dog, he said, this is, a lot of people gonna call me dumb for this, but you're gonna do better by yourself than somebody being over you. I can't take that away from Shedeur. He said that. He said, people gonna call, there's gonna be a day where people call me dumb because you're gonna do better without the having to go through the rigmarole of everything that comes along with this job as being an employee. And in so many words, he said, bro, you're not an employee, you're a boss. But if you got a boss in the employee environment, if everybody does what you do, it's gonna be bad for business. I was like, hey, I'm just keeping it a buck. Like, bro, if I got I'm not finna chase no high school kid around if I can go to Colorado and go see 5. I'm not going to no high school game down the street when Coach Prime said I can go see everything inside the program. It don't make sense to me. So then the funny part is, so I called Coach. I said, Coach, you ain't gonna believe this, because we talking. This is my partner at this point. This is about 6-7 months into being mentored. I'm like, man, they just let me go, Coach. He said, what? Man, he got off that phone so fast. Look, DeAndre
lit the internet on fire.
Man, let me tell you how dedicated Coach Prime is. Like,
lit the internet up.
Man, Coach Prime, this is a true story, bro. Coach Prime literally was like, man, I think DeAndre had just had the baby. So he was becoming a grandfather. He was still with a newborn, his grandbaby. Man, he took time from that and said, look, dude, give me 5 minutes. Man, he called me back. Didn't even know that he done already tweeted at ON3. Man, that junk went crazy. Then we on the phone. I'm like, hey, Coach, they ain't finished paying me. He said, look, dude, you're gonna be fine. Trust me. I know it. You're gonna be fine. Don't worry about none of that. And he said, listen, I put something out. You finna get job offers. I'm finna make sure of it. That's if you want a job. If you want a job, I'm gonna help you.
Yeah, but you took a job.
Man.
But tell them where you took the job.
Man, it's so crazy. He said, if you want a job, I'm gonna help you find one of it. He said, I want you to do something else for me. Just do this first. He said, go work with Bucky. So I want you to go work with Bucky before you take one of these jobs. He said, because I know what's gonna happen. He said, and you try it. He said, I'm telling you, it's gonna work. You just gotta believe. He said, the type of relationships you got, it's gonna work. But just go work with Bucky and we'll see what happens. And man, it was a week later, Bucky called me. He was like, man, and Bucky ended up being one of my best friends in the industry. And Bucky hit me, was like, what you want to do? I was like, shit, I'm just gonna do what I always do. So I'm gonna throw it on the channel. First time, 35,000, boom. Next time out, 40,000, boom. And they let me keep all the proceeds from that just so I can get started. And man, just to have that partnership, I could still be doing it all the time. But what I did was I said, all right, man, give me the game how I started the channel. They gave me the game and then I started. And that April, I made enough money to cover my mortgage and my car note. Just
like that.
Just like that. And they stopped since. So I know that was the long version, but that's really what happened. And to be honest, this is the kicker. Man, me and Shedeur, I want to put this out. Me and Shedeur fell out for a day and then fought and never fell out again. I cussed Shedeur out. Shedeur cussed me out. And we cussed each other out. And a week later, it was like, look, bro, I gotta go do what I gotta do. He said, Dukes, I've been watching you, dog. Man, you talented, man. Maybe that wasn't the right move, but it is what it is. 6 months later, Shedeur said, I got something for you if you want to. If you want to, I don't have a job for you. I got a partnership for you. And at the time, I was like, man, Shannon, I got to keep building what I'm doing. I just talked to Shedeur not too long ago. Like, so I know a lot of people feel like, and I have to keep it a buck. Man, Shedeur ain't do nothing to me that did. Now, did I like how I went? No. Could it have been some other stuff behind it? It could have been. But businessman to businessman, when he said, look, bro, you get, like, I was getting up here and my trajectory was supposed to go here. So then it pushed me into a place where I had to rely on God and understand who the source was and not the resources. I didn't know how this was gonna turn out. But then I go back and I look, almost 18,000 subscribers in 18 months. I'm starting, and then you Prize Picks, like, you know, God just continues to put me in position, man. And it gets bigger and bigger. So I think me and Shannon laugh now, because I'm probably the only person over there that got to cuss him out to his face. like to be honest, and we still cool. So I would say, man, I know a lot of people wanted me to be like, man, F them. Woo, woo. I don't be like F them. I'll be like, man, I'm too blessed. For what? I got that from Coach Prime. And I tell you this, Coach Prime and Shedeur Terry had a conversation not too long ago. I'm just telling you, man, you just be surprised. You would be surprised at how God works.
That means something else about to pop off.
Man, I know this. I wouldn't even say that. What I would say is this: the respect level for Coach Prime.
I know Coach Prime, dog. I know how he operates.
Yeah.
That's my dog. I have followed that man's career.
Yeah.
I have followed him on and off the field and what he does in his everyday life. Followed all of his business adventures. People don't understand the way Coach Prime operates. He don't talk about a lot of his business ventures, a lot of the things he do. Just like the Black and Gold coffee company that he's invested in. A lot of people don't know that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he quietly markets stuff. He puts his prints on it. But he waits until the market changes and then he steps out.
Mm-hmm.
But talking about you and Coach Prime and that relationship, when you get that support from Coach Prime, leave it on 3. When you got a person that you've admired from afar, a person that you watched their career develop, a person that we all in this community regard as one of the most important people in our community. And when you get that kind of support and that kind of love, and you get that phone call and say, hey, Dukes, you need to come to Colorado and holler at me. Let's put something together. What does that do for a black man who's sitting confused, don't know what's going to happen next, and sitting in that type of environment where you trying to figure it out, and then you get that text, you get that call from that one guy that you didn't think was going to do that, and that's Coach Prime. When Coach Prime called and say, Dukes, I got you, come holler at me. What does that do to your psyche?
Bro, it let you know God is real. Like, I would, there was in a million, bro, I got so many of these shoes, dog. These from 2010. You can't even find these. I wore these in front of Coach Prime. He was like, but I don't know where you got them from. Like, this somebody who a real hero for us in Atlanta. There go another pair right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was the craziest thing in the world. And for not only for him just to be like, yeah, man, you did a good job covering the program, but say, hey, man, you were good. I done did my research. I like how you kick it. Coach Prime know everybody. He said, hey, man, you got a good reputation, dude. That means you a good person. And you keep doing what you do, things gonna work out. So to hear that motivation from the greatest football player of all time, one of the greatest sports entrepreneurs, one of the most prominent black men, a prominent black father, like it goes so much deeper than football. So, I mean, an icon, like in Atlanta, bro, you got like, I mean, you know what it was like for you personally know. You know what I mean? You personally know.
Yeah. So
it's like, for me, man, it just let me know God is real, and God's like my partner said. DJ Scream told me that. Shout out to DJ Scream, man. That's my real brother. He said, man, God is the source, dog, and the people are resources. So don't think that he can't use another resource just because one of his resources ain't in the place that you thought it should have been. And man, for Coach Prime to call. Hey man, Uncle Neely tell you the same story. Man, I was down there. we had just got through eating lunch, and Neely called me. He said, "Hey man, Coach said he want to see you in the office." And because I'd already talked to him, I thought that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Man, this is in the middle of the season, man. This man took an hour out of his day and learned everything he could about me. He basically got my resume from everything and all the research that he had, and told me. He said, what you want to do in 5 years, and told me how to get there. And said, dog, this is how you do this. This is how you do this. This is how you do this. This is how you formulate this question. This is what makes people mad when you at the press conference. This is what makes people look at you. This is what makes people not look at you. This what makes me click when I see your stuff. This what I didn't like. And you getting that. Take football out. We're talking about a 25-year media veteran. Somebody who had another career that people would have loved to have. Yeah. So, man, it meant the world to me, man. And just the continued mentorship. Dog, people be like, oh, man, you just like that. You just his mouthpiece or something. Nah, man. They don't
understand.
They don't get it, bro. I hate to say it like this, and I'm gonna be hood on this one, man. Buddy, everything he say he is. Like, for real. Like, I can say that. Like, man.
But see, you've reached a different stratosphere. You've achieved something most people wanna be. You've made it in that circle. Coach Prime don't trust nobody. He don't trust a lot of people. And to be able to be in that circle, to have that type of access, to have those extended resources, because Coach Prime is a magnet. And he's a magnet of positivity. He's not the guy that's out of character a lot. And just like we said on your channel, people don't understand the difference between Deion Primetime Sanders and Deion Sanders. Those are two different entities.
Yeah.
The lights come on, you get Deion, you get Primetime. But when he ain't in front of that camera, you get Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
And a lot of people haven't been able to switch the two off. But for you to be a regular dude from Georgia, just going about your life, doing your regular everyday work, covering sports, to become a member of Well-Off Media.
Right.
I saved that out of the entrance because I wanted you to say it yourself.
Right.
If y'all didn't know, Dukes is a member of Well-Off Media.
Right.
To be in that circle is a circle of respect and trust for Coach Prime. For Coach Prime to reach out to a young fella like you and say, hey man, I got you. Don't worry about it.
Right.
That in itself, in this industry, puts a different layer of respect on what you do. When you go out and talk to people like people at ESPN, ON3, 247 Fox. What has that done for you moving forward from your departure from ON3?
Yeah, this was right around the same time, but I can tell you, like, right before I got there, this is when this stuff started getting out of control, bro. Like, it was crazy. Man, I said something about right before I left all this out. So I went to the National Association of Black Journalists, and I meet Stephen A. Smith. And, you know, I show him, like, look, I just did this interview. I got Coach Prime. I got Kirby Smart. I got Drew Rosenhaus. I got all these people. And he was like, look, brother, what you do, you keep doing that. And I'm thinking, like, all right. He said, nah. So what people didn't know during this whole time, and I left this out, but I was also in what was known as almost like a feeder class for ESPN. It's called Unseen Productions. It was by producer Eric Rodholm, and Eric basically provided a lot of the personalities to Around the Horn and PTI, because his production company is who ran it. So they found it was an invite only class where we went and we basically did Around the Horn and PTI just for us. And we send that tape out to ESPN. So I went crazy in this class. This Monica McNutt was in this class. David Dennis was in this class. Martinzi Johnson. A lot of the faces that you see on ESPN came from this class. And dog, I'm in this class. I meet Stephen A. Smith, and I'm thinking that's where it's gonna come from. My look with Stephen A. Smith came from Coach Prime. Coach Prime, we have a talk. I didn't say the whole talk, but I said some of it. Stephen A. Smith grabbed it, gave me a whole segment. He opened up his show with me. This Stephen A. Smith. That's the Prime effect. So then, once I leave, I'm starting my own show. Man, I'm talking about 1,000 subscribers, 2,000 subscribers. I never missed a bill. You got to think, I lost my contract. When my contract was finally up in February, they had to pay me out almost another 40, 50 bands, something like that. My contract was up. I didn't know where that bread was coming from.
Exactly.
Man, when I tell you, I did a live, and the people that Coach Prime just said, hey man, go check my boy out. Man, them folks came in droves.
I was in there.
Come on, you remember? You remember? So just that impact of Coach Prime being able just to be like, hey man, y'all go support him. And people forget that I started at Auburn. And so the Auburn fans got a whole
we see that ugly ass helmet, man.
Well, yeah. Man, yeah. Now you gonna drink. Yeah, man. Probably some poison in there. But y'all what y'all like to do to them trees, but
yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
They'll take them down there.
Yeah, man. But now, Coach, just to be completely honest, all jokes aside, man, Coach, like we call that turning you up. Like Coach turned me up. And he know it too. He'll mess with me sometimes. He be like, hey, well, I seen you had about 30,000-40,000 views last night, dude. What you got going? He funny. And Coach is funny. What people don't know. All the conversations we have about sport, they pale in comparison to what the conversations about other stuff. Just life, period. Man, he a real one, dog. Like I can't. There's nothing bad I can say about that man at all.
But besides Coach Prime, that ain't all you've been able to do. When you became a member of Well Off, you was able to attend the football games. You was in those press conferences asking questions post game. You got the full effect of Coach Prime. You've been around Shedeur. You've been around Shiloh. You hang out with Bucky.
Yeah.
You on the phone. I've seen you plenty of times after you can talk to Uncle Neely and do a show. I can tell the difference. You just got some of that upbringing from one of them old heads. He put that life in you. Now, Uncle Neely is a different spectacle when it comes to being in that circle. And I know he has provided a lot of help and insight to what you've become here moving forward from On3.
Yeah.
What has Uncle Neely, because Uncle Neely don't get as much love as he needs, because people don't know what he does on the back end. I told y'all, words matter if you listen to what people say. People don't understand that most of that media training that a lot of these kids get come from Uncle Neely.
Man.
People think Uncle Neely just do the morning run, do morning wood, hang out with Big Dog Chico, do his shows on the sideline. People don't know that Uncle Neely is really asset in that program. But what has being around a person like Uncle Neely done for you?
Man, it's like having a big brother given to you that you never had, man. Like when Neely, first of all, when you get the new person in the space, you can easily just be like, man, I don't know about this dude. But Neely was open arms the whole time. And man, and I don't think we got no closer than we've ever been than when we got to do the morning run. When I got to do the morning run with Chico and bro, that jump was just like, and shout out to Chico too, man, because he did a lot to help me as well. And them just kind of showing me the ropes. But Uncle Neely, man, I almost said something. Man, that Negro got some game.
They don't know it. He got it.
He got game for a lane to put a lane to shame. I'm telling you, man.
He got it.
I see
it.
He got
I hear it.
Like man, and I call him but he more like my brother. Like he like an older brother. Like, cause the way, like it ain't a lot of people that can answer my phone and get on my head about something, and I'm just gonna take it like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Pause. Mm-hmm. But I'm really on some. Uncle Neely might call me and be like, dude, if you got a video like that, why wouldn't you repurpose that? You explain to me why you wouldn't repurpose that video as good as that content was. I'd be like, yeah, you right, Or he'll be like, dude, I like this thumbnail, but bruh, that thumbnail you hit, like, he's like, and then too, people don't realize who he is to Coach Prime. Like, that's one of Coach Prime's most trusted confidants. Like, Uncle Neely and Uncle Neely put up you know what I'm saying? Like Uncle Neely, where he from? Business owner. Man got multiple businesses. Man, the relationships that he built, like Coach Prime and Uncle Neely it wasn't just a one-way relationship. Uncle Neely provides a lot to Coach Prime as well. So it's like for him to be able just to assist me too and just tell me like, hey bro, this works, this don't work, this is what I saw. He built up his channel got over 100,000 subscribers on it. Like he built up a lot as well. You know what I'm saying? So for him to even just to jump in and be like, hey Dukes, I got you. It was a real family thing. Like Bucky, like man, let me tell you how strong that well-off brand is. Man, dog.
Before you say that, I made a video about that well-off brand.
Yeah.
And in that video, I said, y'all give Bucky 3 years. And the projection I see it on, if he does a few certain things, Bucky will have cameras in doggone near every NFL locker room and half of the college locker rooms in the next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
People told me on that video, Snacks, you stupid. Bucky ain't gonna do nothing but record his daddy. Man, y'all crazy. Y'all don't see what I see. Y'all don't see the vision and don't understand what Bucky is and who he is. He might have started out recording his father, but the vision is much stronger. Go ahead, Dukes. I mean, we all just got to get the real right here. See, y'all getting information that y'all ain't never heard. Dukes ain't never told nobody.
Yeah,
this is what you call an exclusive.
Yeah,
We're giving y'all the raw right here. See, me and Duke can talk for hours, but we ain't gonna hold y'all out. Because Duke got things to do, and probably my son or daughter be knocking on my door before it's all over with. Because they kids, then they get on my nerves. But go ahead, Duke. Tell the people.
Now, like Bucky, the plans that they got, they crazy. Like, and they know like the talent that's around that they can touch and they can reach, and the talent and some of the meetings that I've been in, I'm just like, bro, I forgot you know him, coach. I forgot you knew him, Bucky. I forgot you knew him. I ain't know you knew him. Like, it was crazy. Like, so just even being affiliated, like, but some of the plans that I've heard where like from Bucky to what Coach Prime is putting together, understanding some of these conversations that have already happened. Like, I mean, I dropped a couple of jewels in here that if if you picked up what I'm putting down, you're gonna understand. And I only said, you got to think, I ain't spoke on this in 2 years. It's hard to make me speak on this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but trust me, like Coach Prime is exactly who he think he is, and who we think he is.
He that boy.
Yeah, he the one. And Bucky too, man. Like, just that well off.
People don't know who Deionsanders Jr. know. That boy know everybody.
Man, look, this is what we go back and forth about, bro. Why you don't just go ahead and push the music for real? Like, he got some features in the tuck.
That's his hobby.
That man got some features in the tuck, like just in the tuck, like some real life. I know he does. I'm like, bro, why you on? And he'll just laugh. He'll be like, man, I'm gonna take care of this first, dude. We got more work to do on this side. He'll laugh, but I be dead serious. I'm in Atlanta, so bro, man,
he got some bangers.
Dog, I'll say this: you can't move nowhere in Atlanta, ain't a spot you can go to that's popping. That is somebody connected to. I done been to multiple places. It's a dude in Atlanta that's one of the biggest dudes. I'm talking about the biggest when it comes to nightlife and all of that. And man, coach texts him, he moving on. It don't even have to be coach, somebody associated with coach. He's moving. Something like is going to move. Like, it's like that, bro. And people, and I know, and I don't want to say too much, but just because, it ain't fair.
Yeah. But
I'm saying what I can say is that the reach and the plans to help more people like me, it's not just me. It's more and more. You got to think. He touched, man, G. Bush. You got to think. The meteorologist out there in Denver. You got to think. The gardening guy he just reached out to. You got like it's so many people that he is planning on doing something. Now they just got to get the structure right. But the phone calls that they're making between Well-Off and Coach Prime, 2-1, S-Mac, all like it's a lot of stuff in the works. And so, man, I just stay patient. And but I do want to say this, man. Like, if I don't say nothing else, and I don't really say it publicly, I can't thank Coach Prime enough just for his mentorship, because every time I got a job offer, I would call him and he'll say, not enough. Not enough. And he ain't missed yet. He ain't missed yet. Every time he say, nah, not enough, dude. Not enough. He's like, you straight? Nah, keep doing your own thing, dude. Keep not enough, dude. And this last time when it came around, this ain't been long at all. Coach said, how you feel? In your heart, how you feel? I say, Coach, I kind of like doing what I'm doing. He said, they can wait. I said, damn, all right, Coach. And we get off phone. He said, I got something for you too. He said, I got something for you. I knew what he was saying. I said, it was funny. I said, my nigga. Then I said, oh man, my bad, Coach. He started cracking up. Boy, he was like, Duke. He said, Duke, man, I understand. Ain't no problem, man. I know. He said, I got you, boy. I got something for you.
People have to understand what Coach Prime means. And a lot of those people on the other side don't understand why we go so hard for Coach Prime. A lot of people don't understand what Coach Prime is to our community.
Yeah.
People like me and you.
Yeah. Like in our community, come on, bro. Like that's like being partners with Jordan.
Exactly.
That's what it's like. And then when you find out that Jordan, imagine finding out that Michael Jordan is cool as you are, or cooler than you, and wants to help, you know what I'm saying? And wants to help you, like for real. So, and then look, last year when I had, like, I couldn't go out there and say, when they was 3-9, I couldn't say, oh man, they killing it. I had to say, but them boy got spanked. Well, they can't stop the run. I had to go out there and say that. Man, Coach Brown said, boy, you did what you supposed to do.
He respect you when you do your job, and don't do nothing less. Don't try to big him up when he ain't earned it.
But he said it too, dog. Like,
but you said something in one of your videos you made last week. You said this year it feels different in Colorado.
Yeah.
You said this year things have changed. We know they went through a bad season last year. We ain't gonna get into all that because we know what it was.
Right.
And we know why it was. Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't understand it, but it is what it is.
Right.
But this year, you said it feels different. What's the difference?
Man, I don't know, dog. I don't know, man. I can't explain it, man. It's really like you can feel it. It's tangible, dog. The energy is like, it's a spirit of unity. It's a spirit of togetherness. It's like a spirit of us. Like us and him. That's who matters. You don't even hear them going out to troll people when they hear, like, you know, all this, oh, they're gonna be the worst team, or they're gonna be this and they're gonna be that. They're not mad. They saying, man, we went good last year. Bucky put it out. He said, bro, that's what they supposed to do. We didn't do nothing last year. Like, none of that is, oh, they hating on us. They know it. But what did they do? They went out and fixed things. One thing I said last year during the season was, I was like, man, look, that man ain't finna win no L long. He ain't, you know, we got a saying in the South. If somebody get beat up and they ain't finna, and they ain't through fighting, he ain't finna win no ass whooping. He finna get that get back.
Gotta go get it.
And Coach Prime ain't finna win no L. I said, man, look, he ain't never won one. So if you think that he's gonna go out and not gonna change something to make you crazy. And he made sweeping changes in that building.
A lot.
And you can feel the difference, man. When I was in there, because it hasn't been I've been every summer and fall for the past 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Since 2024. I've been there multiple times, probably about 6-7 times. And maybe more than that. And every time I go there, I can feel the barometer. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I can see what's going on. And This last time I went, dog, I don't care what nobody say. I get in there, man. First thing, Coach Marion come out. He singing. Coach Marion coming out singing. Oh, that's last time I went right there. Coach Marion come out the window singing. I said, he come through the recruiting door singing. I said, like, loud as hell, just singing, in a great mood. And then you see somebody else come through. They bobbing their head. You see somebody else come through. Great energy. Then you hearing people having conversations. Now, it's people in the building that didn't know who I was. So to hear their conversations, they could have been talking, and they talking about other departments, but it was no hating. It was like, hey, we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to do this. And then you go and you hear it from the other side, and then you hear the same thing being said. That lets me know the synergy. That's when I pulled up with that blue shoe I just showed you right there. And people don't know who that is on the right. That's one of the greatest college football running backs of all time. That's Melvin Bratton from the University of Miami. And that's another time me and Coach, we had a good moment then, because he had no idea I knew Melvin Bratton. Melvin Bratton gave me my start in sports. He's been a player personnel guy and an agent for 20, 30 years. And he working with him early on when I first got out of college. He was a guy that put me in the game. And for us to reunite in front of Coach Prime was like, dudes, you know everybody. And he said, boy, I don't know how, but you know everybody. But man, shout out to Mel B, because he doesn't get his due. But if it wasn't for that knee injury, he probably, like, he was on his way to having a Hall of Fame career for sure.
Mm-hmm. That is true. Now, we gonna come off of Coach Prime, because we can talk about Coach Prime for the next 5 hours and we still won't be done. But
right.
Those two kids, Shiloh and Shedeur,
mm-hmm.
we gonna leave Bossy out of this.
Okay.
She just be busting their head and ain't nothing they can do about it. Shiloh is gonna be a freaking internet star regardless if he played in the NFL or not.
Right.
Shedeur in Cleveland. You talked to Boog. You dropped the interview with Boog 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Magnificent interview.
Man, thank you, bro.
I'm gonna have to get me one of them sooner or later.
For sure.
For you to be in that circle, for them to deal with Shedeur was dealing with last year, Coach Prime, what he was dealing with last year, everybody, Bucky said it, Prime men ain't doing all that well right now. They wasn't at the time, because Shedeur wasn't starting, Coach Prime was coming off of his cancer treatment, and the season wasn't up to par. But for you to be in that circle and feel it and get some of those phone calls and get some of those updates on Shedeur and Coach Prime, watching it and feeling it is a different story. Right. But once you're in that circle, you get keyed in on certain things.
Yeah.
You know, how are you watching it and then hearing what's going on the outside with all this speculation? How hard is it to have a platform like we do and not stand up and shout from the rooftops, all y'all need to shut up?
Man, that ain't what they wanted. That ain't what Coach taught me, like, to be honest. Man, so I got a reputation, like, and you know, growing up, I got a pretty hot temper, right? And I learned how to control it. And we had a couple situations where Coach Prime saw me in action, and he called me himself and was like, "Deuce, you can't do that. You can't do that." It was like, bro, I don't care how it go, what's being said, nothing. He said, "Dog, you came too far. You can't do that." And I said, "Well, Coach, they said this." And he said, "Man, do you see what they say about me? Do you see me responding to everything?" He said, "And the last thing you should do is respond to somebody about me. He said, now you can tell the truth. He said, but hey, you ain't got to do that. He said, because I don't do it. And he basically said, man, hold on. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna read something he sent me. Yeah, and I was in a situation, man. And dog, it kind of shaped. It says God will allow a fool to try to bring you into a dysfunctional situation to see if you've grown or not. Always allow a fool to get lonely. They desire and need attention to survive. Starve them. Much love, my brother. That's from the man himself. So
that boy be sending some bangers, boy.
Man, so if he could tell me this, right, then, and this is wild, he going through everything he going through. This is, I had no idea. When we were talking, man, I was talking to Coach Prime some during that time. He just going on with the original, not even telling me this man just had a cancer diagnosis. I couldn't believe it.
He ain't stressing. He's still trying to help everybody.
He's trying to help everybody else. That's why can't nobody tell me nothing about him. Like, trying to help everybody else. He's still like, Dukes, hey boy, what you doing, boy? Hey, Dukes. He'll call. He's funny too, man. Like, Dukes, boy, what you doing out here, man? That's what we say, man. I'm my partner, man. Like, and but so when you get that type of mentorship where somebody is counting on you and he's telling you, like, man, you got to control your emotions in this game, because even sometimes you being next to me, that's gonna cause some shots to go at you. But while you here, and you know, for where you going in your life, you got to learn to shield yourself from that stuff. And you don't shield by shooting. You can just get quiet. You don't have to respond to everything. You got too much work to do.
Can't be mad at him for that.
So that's how.
All.
And
not be mad at him for that. Now, dude.
Yep.
We talked about Prime and all that. We can be on that all day, but let's talk about all them damn shoes you got back there.
Man, but hey, you sure?
You are a true. I know I got a nice little shoe collection. I like to. I stay in the game a little bit.
Yeah,
but, bruh, you a little different.
Hey man, no, I say this, like, man, just being a shoe, like, just like growing up in the era. I feel like I grew up in the best era of shoes. So, like in the 90s, man, the shoes that were coming out in the 90s, man,
yeah,
you know,
they were nice.
They were so crazy. So I always try to keep something like some nostalgia back here. Like today, you see, I just swapped this one out. That's an Air Max Pillar. That's a retro for 2009. But this shoe came out in 1999. I remember being in school. It just like they like it's almost nostalgic for me. It keeps me grounded. It reminds me of where I come from. So yeah, anytime I can go get, and it reminds me of the times where I couldn't afford them. I remember going through that East Bay book, circling what I would get if I had the money, right? So
the kids don't even know what East Bay is.
No clue.
They have no clue. They have no clue. When you got that magazine, you turning it up. Then where we going?
I'm circling everything I'm gonna get when I get rich. You know, just as sometimes some real good advice that I got 5-6 years ago was a lady told me, she said, man, Duke, as a black man in America, who you seen some things, sometimes you got to raise that child in you. You got to be the you got to be the dad. You got to raise that kid. And so some of the things that I do, in order to raise yours, you got to raise you. Mm-hmm. And that's speaking to the unhealed trauma that a lot of us have, no matter the circumstance. So this part of it for me, man, like, you know, I go back, you know, it's almost like, man, I got you. I know you couldn't get enough for me, baby. You was working. But shit, I got it. Don't worry about it. And it's just, and it's fun too, man. Just the hunt that goes along with it, to find shoes like that, or, to go find the blue and black Deons or to go get the all red pennies. Like, it's fun for me, man. So it's and I do thrift shopping too, dog. Like, I go try to find nostalgic pieces. So it's a lot of fun, man.
It's a good thing to be, because if you wasn't born in the 90s, whoo boy, you missed a whole lot.
Man, bro.
That's all I'm saying. It was a lot.
Everybody talking about FIFA and the World Cup in Atlanta, bro. The Olympics in Atlanta in '96. What?
That was crazy.
Boy, what? Yeah, man. So I'm just blessed, man, and God blessed me with a cool family, man. So now I couldn't be happier with where I am in life, man. I'm just blessed, overly blessed. Don't deserve it. God saw fit, so I try to do the most with it.
As an Alabama fan,
yeah,
and you are an Auburn fan,
right?
We hate each other on the football field.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no doubt about that. Ain't no love when it comes to this on that turf.
Right.
But in these YouTube streets and in these streets we walk in, I ain't got nothing but love and respect for you, brother. I am appreciative of what you have done and what you are accomplishing in your career and in your life. I have watched it from 4 or 5 years ago to now,
man,
and I am amazed. It's not disbelief, because I watched it happen. And from a brother like myself, I appreciate the coverage. I appreciate everything you've done. And most importantly of all, don't stop doing it.
Man.
Keep being you, because ain't too many original people in this game. Everybody wants to conform to what the world wants. And people like me, people like you, G. Bush, and a few others, we gonna hold it down, and we gonna stand pat, and we ain't moving off our square.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you, my brother.
Man, thank you so much. And I got something for you, man. It's a 6'4" corner at Alabama, man. He one of mine, Carmelo O'Neal, number 28. Just thank me later. That's all I'm gonna say.
We appreciate it.
I'm gonna say, just thank me later, man.
We need it.
That's all I'm gonna say, man. But yeah, man, Bigsnackks, man, I appreciate it, man. No, it's funny how it don't take long for people to become family, man. So definitely, fam. Shoot, man, I'm looking forward to it, bro. Like, hey, you're gonna be getting that phone call, like, hey, bro, what you got going? You mind? So, hey, they might as well get ready for a bit, dog.
Anytime, anywhere. Dukes, tell the people where they can find you on these internet streets.
Man, at DukesTheScoop. DukesTheScoop. The Scoop with Dukes on YouTube, man. I appreciate it, man. Thank y'all, man. Bro, the time and effort that you put in this, man, I appreciate it. Dog, it's been like one of the best times I've been on anybody's show. Before I get out of here, just want to give a quick shout out, man, to Well Off Media, the Pregame Network, Uncle Neely, Big Dog, everybody, man. Thank y'all for all the support, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Appreciate you, Dukes, for hanging out with us. We is out of here, people. Y'all make sure y'all go follow Dukes on all of his social media outlets. His link to his YouTube channel will be in the description. And y'all know how we get down. Appreciate y'all for coming out. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to hype the damn video up, because you don't get no exclusives nowhere else. Y'all get the exclusives over here with your boy. You know what I'm saying? But before we go, Duke, when that G. Bush interview coming up? Because we got to get one.
Man, so I talked, man, we put it together. I'm going to say right now, look for the 13th or the 14th.
Exclusive, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all heard it. G. Bush, DukesTheScoop, coming to a YouTube channel near you. And we out of here. We appreciate all y'all for hanging out. We'll holler. Peace out.
Before you go, hit that like and subscribe. Join the family, come along for the ride. sports, culture, life, yeah, we talk it all. From the Browns to the Buffs, every rise and fall. See you aunties, I appreciate the love. Bigsnackks in the building, man, it's all above. G. Bush, K-Sap, Auntie Faye in the mix, Mac Dog TV, Money Man, that's the click. Hey, hit that bell, ding, don't miss a thing. Hey, leave a comment, talk to me at your voice ring.